Hello everyone, I am Professor Deepa from the Department of English, National College. Today in this video we are going to talk about Odyssey, that is written by Homer, is an epic Greek epic poem. Let's start. Before getting into the epic poem, we must know who is Odyssey and what he did to Greek. Okay. So Odyssey we call Odysseus, in Greek we call him Odysseus, in Latin we call him Ulysses. Okay. Let's take Greek for now. Okay. So Odysseus is a warrior. He is a king of Ithaca who fought in the war, Trojan War. Okay, what is Trojan War? First, there is a kingdom which is called Sparta. There lives a Menelaus and Helen who are the king and queens of Sparta. One day a boy from Troy, whose name is Paris, he came to Sparta, and they both, Helen and Paris fell in love, and they both eloped to Troy. So that started the war called Trojan War that lasted for 10 years. Okay, so Odysseus is a chief warrior who fought on side of the Sparta to win the war. Okay, and why we are calling him a chief warrior? Because of his idea, the Sparta won the war against Troy. Okay, so now Odysseus is his wife is Penelope and his son is Telemachus. This poem written by Homer is divided into 24 chapters, 24 stories, along with his another epic poem, that is Iliad. Okay, now we'll go to the story. So for the first story, the first to four stories. In the first part, that is book 1 to 4, we have some gods. Okay, let me list it. Zeus is a king of gods, and Athena is a goddess of war. Athena is always favorable to Odysseus because Odysseus is known for his warrior bravery, known for his bravery. Being Athena as a goddess of war, she loves Odysseus very much. Okay, and Poseidon is a god of sea who doesn't want Odysseus to go back to his home. Okay, and we have other two characters. Let's start the story. Now Poseidon is a god of sea who doesn't want Odysseus to go back to his home, right? So he wants to curse him and to stay back in Troy for so long years. Okay, but now Athena goes to Zeus, the king of god, and requests him to release Odysseus to go back to his hometown, that is Ithaca. So now Odysseus started his journey, and meanwhile in Ithaca we have Penelope and Telemachus. Penelope is the wife of Odysseus and Telemachus is the son of Odysseus, right? Telemachus is 20 years old now, but they have a problem that they have 108 suitors for Penelope who is eating their wealth and treasures. They want to marry Penelope when they thought Odysseus was dead in the war. Okay, they don't know what happened to Odysseus in the Trojan War, and they want to capture the kingdom and also the Penelope. So they have 180 suitors. Now Athena went to Telemachus, and in disguise as a mentor, she went to Telemachus and tell that we have Odysseus in this place, and you go and you start journey to find your father. So Telemachus started with his fellow men, and he started his journey to find his father. Okay, in Ithaca that story goes parallel with Odysseus story. Okay, now we comes to the second part, that is book 5 to 8. Okay, here we have Telemachus accompanied with the Nestor's son, who is the prince of Pylos, and also when he was searching for his father, he met king of Sparta, that is Menelaus, and queen of Sparta, that is Helen. They both said when they came back to Sparta, they came in the way of Egypt. So he's searching his father in the way of Egypt. Okay, and we comes to the second part, that is book 5 to 8. So here Odysseus is in the land of Calypso. Okay, so Calypso is a monster who offers Odysseus as an immortality. He offers a boon like immortality, but Odysseus have to stay with her for the rest of his life. But Odysseus denied, and he wants to back to his home. But there is a messenger god who is Hermes. Hermes came and requested Calypso to release Odysseus to go to his land. Okay, And when he started resume his journey, there comes Poseidon, who doesn't want to want Odysseus in peace, right? So he sent some trouble, and when that trouble was faced by Odysseus, Ino is a sea nymph who helped Odysseus to cross the hurdles, okay? And Alcinous is the king of physicians, who is Odysseus is now in physicians. So the king of Alcinous requested Odysseus to tell a story. So if Odysseus tell a story which attracts him, which pleased him, he will release Odysseus with a lot of treasure and gifts, okay? So now Odysseus have to retell the story where he began this journey after the Trojan War, okay? Now we came to know all the flashback that happened before the first book, okay? Now Odysseus telling the story. First, when he was started his journey with his fellow people, he met he was landed in a land that is called Lotus Eaters. Lotus Eaters is a kind of land where the fellow men will eat a fruit and they will forget all their bravery, and they will forget about their homecoming. They stay there and they will be very lazy to way back to their home, okay? So but Odysseus warned their fellow men not to eat the lotus eaters, but they eat, and they fell asleep. Later Odysseus have to drag them to the ship, and they resume their travel. And second, they comes to Cyclops. Cyclops are none other than they are a group of one-eyed monster. They are the son of Poseidon, the god of sea, okay? So among them there is Polyphemus. Polyphemus, who is there is a cave of Polyphemus who lives there. These men and Odysseus goes to the cave, and there are so many meat and cheese they had to eat, okay? So the men and Odysseus ate those meat and cheese. When they way back to when they came out of the cave, this Polyphemus demanded all their lives for him, okay? He is a man-eater monster, okay? In that case, Odysseus fought with him, and he blinded him with the wooden stalk, and he came back to the ship. Now the Cyclops, they cried to his father, that is Poseidon, to attack Odysseus in his way to home, okay? Now yes, now when the storm was approaching to their ship, the Aeolus is a kind of a good goddess who gave a leather bag with which contains all the winds in the ocean except the west wind, okay? So this leather bag was kept safely by Odysseus in the ship, but the fellow men who thought that the leather bag is full of gold, they opened that leather bag, and all the winds came out, and all the winds attacked all the ships, okay? And all the ships were destroyed except Odysseus' ship, okay? Now when they reached a particular shore, there is a cannibalistic giants who will eat man, who will eat humans, and Odysseus and his balance and his remaining men struggled, and they came out of it. And there comes Ea. Ea is a land of inhabitant land. In that land there is a land of Circe. Circe is a witch-like monster. She is a witch who give them meat and cheese that will make all the men dead, okay? So in that case, again our messenger god Hermes came and give Odysseus a herb that is moly, which will not take that poison, the poison given by Circe to their in his body, okay? Now in the meanwhile, in the book 9 to 12, Odyssey meet his Anticlea, his mother. He meet his mother, and in this moment he came to know what happenings in Ithaca, what his wife is doing, what his son 20 years old son is doing, because when he left Ithaca for the Trojan war, his son is just born baby. So now he is 20 years old. So through his mother he came to know what is the happening of Ithaca. Okay. Now, when he left the land of Circe, he was warned by Circe not to eat the cattle of Trinacia, which carries 7 sheep and 7 oxen. Okay, that are sacred cattle. They should not eat the sacred cattle. So Circe warned Odyssey warned Odyssey and his men not to eat those cattle. But these men who are again making mistake, they hunted the cattle and they ate them. Okay. So now Zeus is very angry on the men, and he created a heavy storm and he attacked them. All their ship were wrecked and without except Odysseus' ship. Okay. Then we comes to 13th and 14th 24th story. This happens in Ithaca. So now Odyssey came to Ithaca, but he came Ithaca in disguise of a beggar, because he doesn't want these suitors to recognize him, and he doesn't want any commotions when the other suitors recognize him. Okay, so he came in a disguise of a beggar, but when he entered into the kingdom, his maid Euryclea has found him, that when she washing his foot, she saw a old scar. So by that she found that this is Odysseus. But the Penelope doesn't recognize him. When this maid is telling Penelope that this is Odysseus, the goddess of war Athena makes sure that Penelope doesn't hear anything, because they want this secret to maintain till the suitors are being killed. Okay. So now with the Telemachus and other fellow men of Telemachus and Odysseus, they organized a archery competition with the bow of Odysseus. Okay. That is so weight and that is so heavy, only Odysseus can lift that archery. When all the suitors try, they can't lift it. Odyssey also participated as a beggar in the competition, and he lifted the bow and he won the competition. And when he won the competition, he was so much irritated with the suitor, one of the suitor, that is Antonius in his homeland. Okay, so he first killed Antonius and following other suitors. When after this he came back to his farm where he met his father and confessed that he is the Odysseus. At that moment, all the suitors' fathers and all the suitors' relatives came to Odysseus to fight with him. In that moment, Athena and Zeus came down and they stopped the fight. They don't want any other Trojan wars to happen. So they came down and they stopped the war between the father of suitors and Odysseus. So this is the story of Odyssey. This is a very short brief of Odyssey written by Homer. Thank you.